Okay, so today we're focusing on drawing pictures of fractions. And if you noticed, I actually drew a picture in our written practice from yesterday. And I had that circle with the tenths. I love pictures. Pictures are great. Sometimes you can use number lines to help you. You can draw rectangle circles. There's a lot of different ways you can use pictures to help you when working with fractions. So here's a couple of pictures that help us understand the meaning of a fraction. Okay, we know that 1 over 2 is what fraction? How do you say that? 1/2. 1/2. A lot of different ways you can draw 1/2. If you notice, I have first of all a square that's divided diagonally with one of those triangles shaded to show that 1 out of 2 is shaded, representing 1/2. You can do it horizontally, vertically, or look at the last option right here.
That's 2/4.
That's 2/4, but what is 2/4 equal to?
1/2.
1/2. If I slid this shaded over, that would then match this shape. And if I slid this shaded square up, then this would match this shape here. Okay, question or comment?
Question.
Comment
on all of these squares have right angles.
They do, yes. They all have a right angle, and we're going to talk more about that when we get more into geometry with angles. And as you progress through your math, you'll start learning about degrees of angles and how certain shapes add up to a total number of degrees, which is all really cool because then it explains so much more why certain shapes have right angles and why triangles can't have more than one right angle, which is what we learned yesterday. So a lot of cool stuff about math, and yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, the shape at the bottom right here does not represent 1/2. Can somebody raise your hand and explain why? What's wrong with it?
It only has 1/4.
Okay, so if I were to draw, he said it only has 1/4. If I were to split this up, that's about one. I didn't do a very good job, but that's only representing about 1/4 of the square. Okay, I would need to have a little bit more, just like this one up here. Okay, it says draw a rectangle and shade 1/3 of it. First of all, if I'm shading 1/3, how many total pieces would I need to have in that rectangle? I would have to have 3 pieces. So why is the one on the left got a little mark through over it?
Because it's two. Because it can't be divided into 3 equal parts if it has one in the middle.
Exactly. It cannot be divided into 3 equal parts, which is important. Has to be 3 equal parts. I can't divide a rectangle into 3 parts that are like this. 1, 2, 3. They're unequal. Okay, that will not work. You've got to have 3 equal parts. And if I'm wanting to show one of those 3 equal parts, then I would shade just one of those rectangles. Does everybody understand how the one on the right is representing 1/3? Okay. The best way to draw a circle divided into thirds, sometimes we struggle with circles and dividing them equally into equal parts. Even the pizza places struggle sometimes. Not every single slice of pizza is exactly the same. They can do their best, but sometimes you get a piece of pizza that's a little bigger than the one next to it. So if you want to cut something into thirds, a circle into thirds, if you draw a Y in it, you're going to have 3 equal parts. Now mine is not exact, but it's pretty close. Okay, I'm trying to use a computer to draw my lines. So if you have a circle divided into 3 parts, if I wanted to shade and show 1/3, what would I do?
Shade one of the pieces.
I would just shade one of these pieces. So that is representing 1/3. If I wanted to show 2/3, what would I have to do?
Shade another piece.
Shade a whole nother piece. So now I have 2/3. And if I shaded 3 pieces out of 3, what's that equal to? 1 whole. Very good.
2 1/2.
Okay, let's practice a little bit together. You can get your whiteboard out. Draw a circle. And I want you to shade 1/4 of it. 1/4 of a circle. And then hold it up so I can see what you've got. If you're at home, you can draw it on a piece of paper and then check in just a second. Good. Yes, perfect. Good. Yes, very good. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Miss Watson, what do you do a peace sign?
How many pieces do you have?
I'm just saying, but will you do a peace
Kinda,
sign, not
mhm.
a Y, to make it more even?
Interesting, but yes. Yeah, good. Interesting. It's got to be a circle though, because it said draw a circle and shade a fourth of it. Okay, so what I'm seeing on most of y'all's papers is you had a circle and you split it down the middle, vertically and horizontally, and then you shaded just one of those pieces. Some of you had different pieces shaded, but overall we had this on our boards. Good. Letter B, draw a rectangle this time and shade 2/3 of it. Show me 2/3 in a rectangle. If you're at home, draw it out and then you can check it in just a second. Perfect. Yay. Yes, ma'am. Good. Perfect. Yes, yes. We're shading 2/3 of it. Beautiful. Good, yes. All right, what I'm seeing on most of your papers is a rectangle. Most of you did it horizontally. You split it up into 3 equal parts as best you could, and you shaded 2 of those 3 parts. So it should have looked something like this. Could you have turned that rectangle up and down? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it being horizontal or vertical as long as you have 2 out of 3 equal parts shaded. Okay, part C says, the shaded portion of this square represents the fraction 3/4. Show me another way to shade 3/4 of a square. That's just one way. What's another way? Yep. Yes. Square. Square, babe. The other kind of square. There you go. Good job. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Good. Yes. Okay, a few of you did it this way. It's not the perfect square. Don't judge me. You had 1, 2, 3 shaded. And then some of you did this, where you had 3 shaded this way. Is there anything wrong with either one of those ways?
No.
Is there anything wrong with this way?
No.
No. They all have 4 equal parts. All of them have 3 of those 4 equal parts shaded. Okay, part D. The shaded portion of this circle is showing me 1/3 right now. Draw a circle and shade 2/3 of it. And yes, and we just talked about a little bit earlier that you're kind of drawing like a peace sign to make a circle divided into thirds. Good. Yes. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. 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 Good. Okay, so most of you had a circle that looks like this. It might have been good, Crosby, thank you. It might have been shaded somewhere else around the circle. Maybe you didn't do the exact 2 parts. Maybe those parts weren't exactly where mine are. Okay, maybe yours were turned a little bit. That's fine, as long as you have 2 of the 3 equal parts shaded. How do we feel overall with drawing pictures to show fractions? We feel okay, thumbs up, thumbs down, check mark good, okay, perfect, good, good, I see yours. All right, today for your written, it's going to start on page 250 and it's going to go to page 252. You guys are about to have almost exactly 30 minutes to work on this as soon as I pass out your paper, okay? Numbers 3 through 5, that's 3 problems. 3, 4, and 5 require you to write an equation before you solve it. So make sure that you have that equation somewhere on your paper with an answer.